What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Unfortunately, I got some really sad news to report on this channel that really angers me, really upsets me, really pisses me off, right? Um, as a father of a son, as a big brother to a young 18-year-old young man, as an older cousin to a lot of young black males, I hear stories like this, and it really does something to me. So here's the story, man. A Columbia, South Carolina store owner by the name of Rick Chow has now been charged with murder for the fatal shooting of 14-year-old Cyrus Belton. Now, the store owner, Rick Chow, allegedly believed that Cyrus Belton was stealing from his convenience store. According to authorities, Rick Chow chased 14-year-old Cyrus Belton after he chased him from his store, and then shot him moments later. Shot him and killed him after that, right? Rick Chow said he did this after he alleged that the young Cyrus Belton, the young 14-year-old boy, was stealing from his store, right? However, the authorities are not buying the story that the young boy was stealing from Rick Chow. In fact, Sheriff Lott is quoted as saying, regardless if he had shoplifted 4 bottles of water, which is what he initially took out of the cooler, and then he put them back in the cooler, right? Even if he had stolen those bottles of water, that's not something you shoot anybody over, much less a 14-year-old. You just don't do that. And he's absolutely right. You gonna kill somebody over a few bottles of water? And the young boy didn't even take the water. The young boy put the waters back in the cooler, right? So you just out here just trying to hunt him down, and it's sickening because, like I said, I'm a father of a young boy. My baby is small, only 2 years old, right? But he'll grow up and be a man someday, a young man. I'm a big brother to an 18-year-old young man. I'm a cousin to a lot of 17, 16, 15-year-old young black boys. And in the neighborhoods that we live in, there are a lot of convenience stores, a lot of corner stores, a lot of different establishments. And the problem that I have with that is a lot of these individuals these stores are owned by non-black individuals who often dehumanize our young black boys, young black babies in general. I'm not going to even just say young black boys, because Latasha Harlins, a 15-year-old young black girl, was killed in LA after she was wrongfully accused of shoplifting. And my mind instantly went there when I heard about this story. Right? Young black girl killed. And in that situation, the woman who was charged with killing Latasha Harlins, she wasn't even charged. She wasn't charged with anything. She got off. And then basically, but the community was so pissed off and enraged, she had to leave and go back home to her original country. But nonetheless, she didn't do no time for no murder or anything like that. So, and I don't know, maybe this guy, that situation may have given this guy, Rick Chow, to believe that he can do this because he felt like his store was under threat of being robbed or being of items being taken from his store. So he felt like he could take a life because he thought his store was being robbed. I mean, not robbed. He thought his store, somebody was shoplifting from his store, and the young boy was not doing that at all. But yeah, man, living in Chicago, man, I'm on the south side of Chicago. A lot of these stores in our community are owned and operated by a lot of non-black individuals. And so you have these store owners who dehumanize black babies. They look at the hairstyle they got or some earrings in their ear, and they automatically put labels on them. That they're troublemakers, they're menace to society, so on and so forth, or they're super predators, right, as they were labeled by the Clinton administration beforehand, right? Super predators. So store owners look at these young black boys like this, and then just ready to pull out their gun and kill them. And it pisses me off because they come to our neighborhoods and operate and thrive, right? And people could be like, oh, it's our fault that we giving business to some of these individuals who could care less about our people. I'm not saying not all of them are like that. I'm not saying it, because some of them are cool individuals who are, who definitely do good work in the community sometimes, and they're cordial people who are embracive to the people in the black community, so on and so forth. But you got some people who operate these stores who really don't even care about black folks for real. They just trying to make a quick buck. And so they come into the communities, they set up these stores, and they're ready to pull out a gun and kill somebody over some items, some bottles of water that you thought he took. Come on, dog. I'm looking at the picture of this man. He's not even remorseful for anything. Looking at the picture, the man's picture look like he's looking like he's saying, yeah, I did it. It is what it is. That's how that picture looks. Y'all look at the thumbnail. Look how he looks in that picture. He doesn't look like he's remorseful about that killing at all, right? And when I see this, I'm like, man, my question is, where is the anti-hate bill for black people? Not young black people, black people in general. Where is the anti-hate bill for black people? You know, because we need something like this in place when young black people are targeted, labeled as menaces based upon, again, hairstyles, gym shoes, earrings, so on and so forth. But there's no bill for the protection of black youth and black people in general. You know, I don't know, it sickens me. He ran that boy well off of his property. And then when the boy hadn't taken anything and then decided to take that young boy's life, and in his picture, it's like, yo, in the mugshot, he don't care. He don't care. He must think in his mind, I'm getting off of this. It is what it is. And he think he gonna go back to his regular merry life. But nah, bruh. It don't work like that. You know? You don't get to kill innocent black youth and think you just gonna still set up shop in the neighborhood and everything gonna be all good. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with it. And I've heard people in instances where somebody might have killed somebody or pulled out a gun on some kids, or, you know, try to threaten kids with guns or whatever in stores. I've heard people give this excuse where a lot of these store owners, a lot of people there, you know, these non-black people there, a lot of these immigrants, they're scared of some of these young black kids because what they hear on the news and, you know, what they see on TV, so on and so forth. And I'm telling y'all right now, they not that damn scared if they keep setting up shop in the black communities. They are not that damn scared if they are setting up shops in our communities purposely, because they could easily go to, you know, they can go to, their own, because in Chicago in particular, Chicago is so racially divided, so segregated. Every ethnicity got their own communities. They could easily set up shop in their own communities, but they come to the south side, come to the west side, come to these neighborhoods, come over east in Chicago and set up shop all like it ain't nothing, willy-nilly. So it ain't that they scared, because again, if they were, they wouldn't be setting up these shots all the time, because they know in particular, man, people not messing with them, bro. For real, they really not. You know, and that's something that I talked about in previous videos, because a lot of times ignorant young people be doing stuff to other black folks. They ain't doing nothing to nobody else, right? But again, I've been in these, growing up in Chicago, people was not messing with the store owners. They was in there cracking jokes with them, being gleeful with them, talking about sports or whatever, being silly with them. And the store owners in the community would know these people and be coming in joking every time they come to the store, right? So, like, nah, bro, people ain't messing with them, any of these store owners at all, for the most part. And they ain't scared, because they would stop setting up these shops in the community if they were. You know, but this grown man took this young boy's life, took him from his mother, his father, from his family, over him thinking that the boy stole some bottles of water, dog. You willing to kill over some bottles of water? You a dangerous motherfucker, man. For real, that's wild to me. Even if the boy had stolen some water, which he did not, I want to make that clear. The boy did not steal any bottles of water. But even if he did, there ain't nothing to shoot and kill a young kid over. Had that been my story, man, all right, man, don't come back up in here, right? But he didn't even steal the bottles of water. So I'm gonna make sure that narrative is not out there for people to take in or spew or whatever. But because he didn't. But even if he did, it's some bottles of water, dog. You know, but again, I know a lot of people, non-black people, who set up shops in the community who really do not care, give a rat's ass about black folks. They just here to make $1. They just there to make $1, man. And unfortunately, it's crazy. I done been in certain neighborhoods, that I done lived in a lot of different neighborhoods all throughout the south side, where the store owners are aggressively You know, watching the people that come in the store, following them around the stores and beauty supplies, in the convenience stores, all that. I done been followed in beauty supplies, right? And looked at as if I was a criminal. I'm a young kid. I'm in the store, and I got money in my hand. They following me around. Now I got it balled up. She probably couldn't see it, but still, I don't steal from nobody. In that same store, they were following my mother around. My grown mother following her around in that beauty supply store. And I'm like, oh no. We never went back there again at all. We stopped going. But as a young kid, I didn't know no better to even tell my mom what happened when I went into the store. I was so young. But when my mama saw that, hell no. We never going back in there anymore. You know, ready to label us as this and that and all that. You know, look at us like we just the ultimate villains. But yet you setting up shop, posting up in the community. You know, but it's a lot of people that be really quick and, ready to pull a trigger. Quick and ready to pull a trigger to kill young black boys. Because they don't look at young black boys as people, as human beings. They look at them as criminals, thugs, aggressors. When ironically, the man in the store is being a fucking aggressor. He is being the killer. He is being the criminal. He is being the person who is hunting down and targeting black youth. He ain't getting targeted himself. So they can miss me with that bullshit again. Where is our anti-hate bill for black people? Machiavelli Mills TV. Peace.